I'm debating on whether I should take him down. I love him. He's so cute. I think for the month of January, it's going to stay up. So we're going to be talking about metabolism and menopause and what the effect they each have on each other, right? So I know a lot of people are struggling with hormonal issues, with weight issues in menopause, and that's largely to do with the metabolism. So menopause gets a bad rap, right? Because everybody thinks it's menopause is the reason why you can't lose weight. I'm going to wait for some other people to come on too. So I'm going to see some familiar faces. What's going on, everybody? I'll wait just a little bit before I go into my speech. You should see my cat, her new bed. She loves it. Look how snuggle she is in there. Smokey. She's like, what? My office cat. So yeah, this is my office. I have been here all day today, putting together macros for 25 women. And so it was a day. And, it's not so simple as just filling out an online calorie calculator, which I actually do have on my website. So you can check out, actually there's a free link up right here if you want to see what your maintenance calories are. But there's more factors that go into what I'm going to recommend for my clients. And so a lot of it has to do with what are they eating. And so the whole gist of my program, it's a 6-week exercise and nutrition and exercise reboot. It already started. So I'm not promoting my program. I'm just saying this is what I'm doing for my clients right now. So I only do it 4 times a year. But it's like a mini version of what I do for my one-on-one clients. And so what I do is I calculate their macros, and macros are just a way to track your calories, right? So it's not just calorie counting. It's where are those calories coming from? Average 2.5 hours of fresh air. Is that in the program? No, but I don't see anything against that for sure. I don't program people in to have that, right? I recommend it, but so macros is just a way to see where are the calories coming from. And this is important because a lot of women just aren't eating enough protein. And I talk about this all the time. And strive for 0.7 to 1.0 grams per pound of body weight. And that's the amount of protein that you should have per day. And some people find that difficult to get to. But I think it is just because that we're used to consuming carbs, right? And so carbs are just easier to get in rather than protein. Protein has to be planned. It has to be cooked. So it's a little bit harder to get protein in than it is carbs, because carbs are easy. Carbs are super easy. You have fruit, you have vegetables, you have bread, snacks, most of those aren't going to be protein sources. So, I think it has to be a concerted effort to get in protein. Now, I get in 160 to 170 grams of protein per day, but I also have muscle goals. So, hey Bonnie, how are you? Oh my God, it was so good. Arizona was very nice, and it was a blast. So if you're wondering how much protein you should be having, or calories for that matter, go to my online calorie calculator. Bonnie, you've done my calculator, right? I'm sure you have at some point. So Bonnie's been following me on Instagram, here on TikTok, and she's doing amazing, right? She's not even my client. She's just following me. So she's done my calorie calculator. So with the ladies that I have right now, so those are 25 women in that group. And so I had to do their macros today. And so I'm not just going to my calorie calculator and saying, okay, that's it, we're cool, right? No, because there's so much more to it than that. And so one of the, make sure my gnome is in there. Cute. Get over here. So we have to take into consideration the metabolism and how many calories are these ladies eating already, right? So we have to that has to come into play. And so like I can look up a couple of instances. So some of them are kind of sad, right? Because they're like eating 875 calories. I have a woman that's eating 875 calories, and she is like, and I don't know if that's absolutely true that she's eating that, right? Maybe she didn't put in her lunch, but I've had them track for 4 days, right? And it was consistently at that. And then with those calories, also she was eating 37 grams of protein, right? So that is just so low. That is just so damn low. She is, she's 142 pounds, right? So she needs at least, I calculated her maintenance calories to be 2,000 calories. I have her recommended to be closer to like 1,700 calories with starting at 100 grams of protein. So that is going to help bring up her metabolism, right? She's not eating anything. That is not good for your metabolism. And so the reason why people have joined my program is because they're looking for weight loss, right? But when you're eating so low, you can't lose weight on such low calories because your body is storing every single calorie that it gets, right? And it's storing it as fat. So the exciting thing about this program is that for most of these women, I can actually feed them more calories and they will not gain weight, right? I should say maybe they might gain like 1 or 2 pounds, but it comes off. And so now they're eating more calories than they ever have, not gaining weight, and then they improve their health markers. And so this is why we focus on metabolism in menopause, right? They both go hand in hand. So you're going to see like a downregulated metabolism is going to mimic a lot of the side effects of menopause, which is brain fog, fatigue. You can't remember things. You're tired, right? Kind of flip-flopped on those two. Libido issues, right? You'd rather stay up drinking wine than having sex with your partner. Digestion issues, that one's a huge one, right? Digestion issues start to pop up in your mid-40s, like 50s. Things like bloating, constipation, little lovely things like that. What else? What's the big one? Well, I know everybody focuses on the belly fat, but that is a big one, right? Belly fat starts to just come on, and it's just stored, right? We tend to store that weight gain in our belly. And so this is not just related to menopause. It's due to your downregulated metabolism. Your body is trying to protect itself. So it is going to store those calories. And for women, unfortunately, men too, though, so I call it the menopot, right? Men have that, the menopot. It's just stored as belly fat because that's where it's more readily stored. Your cortisol receptors live here. Stress, you're more susceptible to stress. You might be more moody, maybe depressed, bitchy. I shouldn't say bitchy. I hate that. No, I like that word. But like short of temper, and you just can't like tolerate stupid people, so that quick to anger, like kind of like road rage, and you're just like, oh, what the hell, this person, so when you weren't like that. What else am I missing? I know I have the big list. Oh, hair loss, right? Hair loss is one that your hair starts to thin here in a little bit. And then you have the skin and nail issues, right? Brittle nails, dry skin for sure. And that pretty much sums up like the major things, right? Besides hot flash, that is specifically for menopause. But all those symptoms that I just listed are issues with your metabolism, not just menopause. But what happens is as you go into menopause, it kind of puts a spotlight on your lifestyle and what are you doing, right? So you can influence your metabolism. I do. I'm coming up with it right now, Monica. So you can influence your metabolism. You can influence your metabolism by calories and nutrition and the exercise that you do. So what happens, and this is for a lot of my clients, right? In their 40s and 50s, they're doing all the stuff that used to work for them in their 20s and 30s. I did this, right? You exercise, right? You just do a couple of exercise classes, and then you cut calories, and then that works, right? And then you repeat the process, and then so you gain, you lose 5 pounds, and then it comes back on, and then you lose 5, and then it comes back on, and then that 5 turns into 7, and then that, so you flip flop between that, and then it turns to like 10. But each time it gets freaking harder to lose that. So now you're at 10 pounds heavier. You lose the 10. The 10 comes right back on. And so you're in this cycle. And so by the time like you're 45, you're like, God, like I just obviously have to exercise harder and eat less. And that is what's going on with my ladies, right? Ladies, you are slashing calories way too low. When I look at some of the calories that these ladies are eating, I'm like, I have she's 932 calories, right? She's 133 pounds. Like that's just not enough calories. I have somebody who's 175 pounds eating 1,365 calories. So it's like, holy crap, it's not enough calories. It's just not enough calories. And I think we just get in that cycle that we have to eat less and we have to exercise more to lose weight. And that's simply not true. Bringing on calories to increase the metabolism and then make your body feel safe. Once you bring on the proper amount of calories for your body's going to start to respond. And now people right off the bat are like, so say for this woman who is, I can't use the very low extreme because she has a little bit of work to do, right? But like, let's say, so we have, I have one, her maintenance is 2,200 calories and she's eating 1,585 calories. So this is a good one, right? So she's 155 pounds. She's 183 pounds. She's eating 1,585 calories. We're going to have her eating higher calories and closer to maintenance, right? We're going to have her around 2,200 calories. Once she does that, she is not going to gain weight. She might have like 2 or 3 pounds initial weight gain, and then that's going to come off. And then her body is going to get used to those higher calories. So she's actually going to be able to eat more calories and not gain weight. In fact, she might actually lose weight because her body is now getting the calories that it needs. And now it feels safe to release the fat. And so that is the process that's happening. It's called metabolic adaptation. Right? Most people are just like, well, crap, if I eat that much, I'm just going to get huge, right? And I get that, but it's not calories in, calories out, right? That isn't the mechanism towards weight loss, especially at your 40s and 50s. Like you can manipulate that when you're in your 30s and 40s, but the more times that you do that, so when you lose weight and then you gain it back, what happens is typically when you lose weight, you're going to lose some muscle and fat. If you do a rapid weight loss program, you're going to be losing a lot of muscle and some fat. And what happens is when you gain that weight back because the diet was unsustainable or you go back to your lifestyle, then all the weight that comes back on is all fat, right? That muscle is gone. And so if you keep repeating this process, you are literally getting fatter and fatter and fatter every time. I don't mean this to be mean, right? But that is what's happening. More fat is coming onto your body and you're decreasing your muscle every single time. So now you have this altered body shape. And that's what happens when you are approaching your 50s. It's like you've gone through this cycle so many times and you're just like, what the hell happened to my body? I used to have tone and definition, and like, hey, maybe you weren't walking around with abs, but you certainly didn't have this spare tire around your belly, right? So thank you. And I do see your comment, Monica. I will get to that in one sec. So it's not, I know it sounds counterintuitive that you would actually eat more calories, but it's the truth. And I love the fact that I have this opportunity with these 25 women to kind of shift their mindset. Now, they got their macros today, and I will tell you, I did get some pretty fucking heated emails from that. They're like, what is this shit? So I have a response for that all ready to go. Like I already anticipated it, right? They are pissed. They are pissed. So, they don't understand, and I don't blame them one bit for being pissed that they signed up for my program to lose weight. But the thing is, they didn't tell me that they were only eating 1,200 calories when they're 155 pounds. Like, what the hell? So you're not going to be able to lose weight if you're 155 calories and only eating 1,200 calories. The only way to lose weight at this point is to eat less. And what the hell? Can you do that? No, so we have to bring the calories up towards maintenance. Your body will get used to that, and then we can take calories away. All right. Started keto at 42, lost 120 pounds, maintained, but now stuck. I am so frustrated, want 20 more. So, Monica, are you still doing keto? I did keto. I actually lost too much weight, and what happens with keto is it's not supporting your muscles. You're not getting the protein that you need generally in keto, and you're also not getting your carb source, your energy. That's your life source. Carbs are life, guys. You can't cut carbs and expect to live an optimal life, right? I should say not an optimal life, to live optimally with your health. Right? You need to have the carbs. All right. I've switched it up when I went to the gym, upped protein and moved carbs up. Awesome. All right. So, now I think it's just a matter of you, I would get your protein to 1 gram per pound of body weight. And then if you've been it sounds like you've been in a diet for a while. It sounds like you've been in a diet for a while. So correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you would benefit from taking a little bit of a diet break. Again, this is exactly what I'm talking about to support your metabolism. Bring up calories for 4 weeks. Just try it. 5 years. Girl, you need a break. So I dieted for 20 years. Yeah, 20 years. So off and on, right? Your body needs a break. Your body is set at 1,500. So what you've done is you've essentially reset your maintenance calories, right? You've regulated down to 1,500 calories. So now your body's just used to that, and you're maintaining your weight at 1,500, right? This is what I'm kind of getting. You're stuck and you're not losing weight anymore. So now bring up calories to maintenance calories. Use my online calorie calculator. Figure out what your maintenance calories are. Do it now, because I want to hear your reaction when you look at your maintenance calories and you're going to be like, bullshit, if I eat that much, I'm going to gain weight, right? Because that's what everybody says. So check it out. And those maintenance calories is what your body wants. I know, right? Trust me, I have 24. I'm going to wake up tomorrow and have I'm going to have some pretty good hate mail from putting out calories. I've already gotten a few. Just people are they don't understand the process, and I get it, right? I totally get that. Thank you. So, it's just a matter of resetting your metabolism. And so, if you're not losing weight, if you're stuck, wouldn't you rather be eating more calories, right? I'm going to imagine that your maintenance calories are probably going to be closer to 1,900, maybe 2,000. I don't know how much activity you're doing. I don't know how tall you are. I have one of the girls in the program. She's 5'11", right? And she's 175 pounds. Her maintenance calories are ridiculous. They're 2,900 calories. Because she is tall. She's freaking tall, right? So, yeah, she's her maintenance calories are 2,900 calories. So, most women's maintenance calories are going to be anywhere from 1,700 to 2,200. So this would be somebody that's in between 120 and 170. And now anything lower than that is obviously going to be lower, and anything higher than that is going to be higher. So why would a 200-pound woman expect be eating 1,200 calories? Right? That doesn't make sense. It's too low. And yeah, you're going to lose weight when you do something like that, but then you get stuck, and now what? You've kind of painted yourself into a corner. So for my clients, I concentrate on fat loss, not weight loss. I don't want them to lose weight as fast as possible. And I know you're like, well, screw that. I'm not working with her. What I want is for my clients to actually enjoy their life, not feel like they're on a diet. My clients can have chocolate. They can drink wine. It's not just joined. How do you know what your calories are? Can't lose. So if you go on to go to the link, and there's an online calorie calculator, take you less than 30 seconds to figure that out. So, where was it? Okay, so I do a moderate decrease. So you go and take 300 calories away from maintenance. Here's the thing. So you're like, okay, cool. I'm going to take 300 calories away from my maintenance, right? And then you use my online calorie calculator, and it says your maintenance is 2,100 calories, and that if you take 300 calories away, that's going to bring you to 1,800 calories. But what the fuck? You're eating 1,200 calories, so this isn't working. That's not going to work, right? You have down-regulated your metabolism, right? So your body, you've done this regardless of those maintenance calories are what your body wants to live on optimally, right? Those are the calories that your body needs. Now, the more cardio that you do, the more calories you're going to have. So this is why I don't recommend cardio for my ladies. They don't need to do it. It's just increasing your body's need for calories. You're not burning calories when you do cardio. You're just increasing your body's need for more calories. I hope that makes sense. So now you're kind of stuck. You're like, well, this says 1,800. Like if I take 300 calories away from my maintenance, then that's way more calories than what I'm already losing. That is a red flag, ladies. That means that you are not eating enough calories. And so trust the process. And I know I can't guide you through the process. That's what I'm doing for my ladies right now, right? They are freaking out. They're freaking out, right? A couple of them are literally have said, I am freaking out. So it has a lot to do with mindset as well, and kind of changing your thoughts about what it takes to lose weight, right? So if you're stuck, but you're doing the same shit over and over, it's time to think about doing something else, all right? So this what you're doing isn't working. And I'm not saying that to be mean or to be a smartass or anything. I am just giving it to you straight. What you're doing isn't working because it doesn't work. And so now it's time to do something different. You do not have to make a drastic change. All I'm asking you is to bring on some more calories to support your metabolism. That's all. I've added weights because of you. Yes! Cha-cha-cha-cha. So this is the second piece of my program. It's the nutrition part, right? Get the macros and figure out the nutrition, right? I can sit here and say, hey, you need to have 1,800 calories, but where those calories come from is super important, right? You want to make sure you're eating enough protein. You want to make sure you're getting in the adequate amount of fat, at least adequate, right? 30%. And then fill in the rest with carbs. So on my journey, my sister-in-law said, I will gain it all back. She lives in my head. This one time I begged him. I mean, it really depends, like... It definitely can happen. I mean, shit, I did it for years, right? I lost 5 pounds, gained it right back. Lost 5, gained it. Then it turned to 7, and then it turned to 10, then it turned to 15, then it turned to 20. By the time I was almost 50, I said, I am 20 pounds overweight, and this is bullshit. Why isn't this working, right? I have lived this, right? So I know that it works. It's not like... It's not a fancy program. It's not a fancy protocol. I mean, it's actually called a reverse diet protocol. So if you look up reverse diet, that is the mechanism. So typically a reverse diet would be done for somebody who has done an extreme diet or has done any kind of diet. So now you do the diet and now you bring up the calories slowly so that you don't gain the weight back, right? There's 2 ways to do it. You can rip off the Band-Aid and do it right away, but you want to make sure it's not about like you've completed your diet and now you go to maintenance calories. What a lot of people do is they're like done with their diet, woohoo, party, and then they go back to their habits, right? So that's a lot of what I do for my ladies as well. Is like, it's like, you can have whatever you want. You're in maintenance. We're going to take 300 calories away. That is not a super lot. Like, you get used to that. And then the weight loss, it just happens, right? Then we still have a little bit of wiggle room for when inevitably, yeah, hey, we're rocking and rolling. We're losing half a pound to a pound a week. Boom, 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 boom. Inches are coming down, right? That's the most important thing. And that's why I focus on fat loss rather than weight loss. So, and then stalls, right? And it's usually around 8 weeks, maybe 10 weeks, could be 12, right? You might just be going. And so now it's time to take a diet break. And so we go back up to maintenance to reset your hormones, reset your metabolism, then get back into that diet phase if you need it. But when you're done with the diet, then we go back up to the maintenance calories. And so want to make sure that you practice that, see what that looks like. And then we start taking tracking macros away, right? By this time, you've spent 3 months to 6 months, maybe even longer in the diet. And so by now you kind of know what a 6-ounce chicken breast looks like. You can go to any restaurant and you know exactly that you can have, this meal is going to work. You get served your meal and you're going to know, hey, this is perfect. This is like a perfect amount of chicken, or sometimes maybe you don't have enough, right? So you're going to know for yourself. Your body actually gets used to like the food that you give it and it starts to crave it. So it says, hey, it's like lunchtime, it's breakfast time. No, we can't have just a cup of coffee. We need food, right? So this is a whole part of bringing up that metabolism and changing your way of thinking about food and thinking that you can't have this and foods are bad and you can't have that, right? My ladies are drinking wine if they want to. I drink wine because I want to. And still, I'm in maintenance, right? I'm not trying to lose weight. I'm not trying to gain weight right now. I'm trying to put on muscle, but I am in maintenance. My maintenance calories are 2,100 calories. Can I have a couple glasses of wine? You bet your ass I can. I can have chocolate. I can have popcorn. I can have whatever foods I enjoy. I do make sure that I have my vegetables. I have plenty of fruit, carbs, you bet, right? For my workouts, I'm having bagels, or I'll have oatmeal, maybe a couple packs of oatmeal, peanut butter. Butter on toast is the best thing. So I don't restrict myself, but I do have parameters. The only reason that I actually am tracking right now is because I have my ladies are just started with their program, and then I have my online clients. So I want them to see, yes, it is absolutely possible to eat 2,100 calories. Yes, it's absolutely possible to get 160 grams of protein per day, right? And everybody's like, what the hell, right? How do you do that? They know exactly how I do that because they can see what I'm eating on a daily basis. How many times a week to work out, toning or lifting? So I work out 5 days a week right now. You can get results in 3 days a week if you do like a full body workout program. So that's what my ladies are in right now. The 6-week program, they are following a 3-day-a-week full body workout program, 35 to 45 minutes for those workouts. I don't believe that anything good happens after 45 minutes. I think if you're working hard enough, strength training, that is enough, right? You're done. And making sure that you're lifting appropriately heavy, making sure that you're being safe, but you're still stimulating the muscle. So I work out 5 days a week. Of those 5 days, 3 of them are 45 minutes for sure. Like, I don't screw around in the gym. I do dance around a little bit, but I also have like my 1-minute rest periods, right? So I use those appropriately and do a little dancing. and then I just make sure I do my work, and I have headphones on, like, people are like, hey, what's going on? So I'm there to work out, not to socialize. And then like my other workouts, one is like really short. If I'm in a time crunch, then I might flip those workouts. And like, so today was a ball buster day, and I'm still here, right? I am so ready for some wine. I had a big day, and I had my one-on-one clients. I had to get all these ladies their macros. I'm going to show you what it looks like. It's a lot of work. But I went through my workout. I was like, boom, right? I'm taking the shorter one, and I just go, get it done. Whoa, thank you. Awesome. So yeah, I got it done in like 30 minutes, and I did not screw around, let me tell you. All right, so I'm hoping you can't see names, right? But this is like what I did today. So scroll through, like these are all everybody's macros I put together, and then I send them out. Somebody like signed up for the program, then just hasn't given me any information whatsoever. I don't have any information, but whatever. Again, here, like, come on, ladies, what you doing? So that's like all the sets of macros that I did today. And my VA helped me. So it was very nice to have my, thank you so much. Wow, that's amazing. I wrote my daughter into being my VA today. So, and she did a great job. So I actually had some help. 20 roses for the 20 pounds. You got it. You got it, girl, right? Give it a little time. Reset your metabolism. Have some fun doing it, right? That's important, is to, and this is a big theme for these ladies, right? They're used to having, when I look at their calories, it's sad, right? Sometimes it's sad because they're eating 1244, 1068, 1239. It's like 1540, and these aren't like skinny mini ladies, they need more calories. And so it's more about being abundant with the calories, of being abundant with the choices that you make with your foods. Yes, have plenty of vegetables, have plenty of fruit, drink your water, but there's no reason to not enjoy the foods that you're having. Do you want bagels and you haven't had a bagel? Like I suggested last night, right? Some foods that, what are some foods that you haven't had in a very long time? And English muffins came up. English muffins and what was the other common one? Ice cream, right? Ice cream. So these ladies are limiting themselves and not allowing themselves to have that, when in fact you can absolutely have that. Obviously, if your body doesn't tolerate a certain food, then you're not going to have that, right? If you're lactose intolerant, then you're not going to have something like that. But for the most part, there's no reason why you can't have ice cream. English muffins are bomb. I love English muffins, so almost like every other morning, I'm going to have an English muffin with 2 eggs and cheese, and that's like usually that will be my pre-workout, and then I'll have some fruit with that. And then when I get home, then I'm going to have some Greek yogurt with some kind of protein powder and something like that. So the English muffin has like 5 grams of protein in it. You got 2 eggs, that's 12. You got the cheese on it, that's another 7. So whatever that is, 22, right? That doesn't seem right. 6, 11, 18. Yeah, sometimes I'll throw in an egg white, just to have a little bit more protein to get it like 20. No, I feel like it's more than that. But so yeah, I prioritize protein. And then when I get home, like the yogurt that I have is Greek non-fat yogurt. I mix that with a salted caramel protein powder. That's 42 grams of protein. So I have 60 grams of protein for breakfast. And then I'll probably have like another 60 for lunch, and that means that I only have to have like 30 more grams of protein for dinner. So I do a lot of shredded chicken. Have you guys tried? This blows my mind every time I do it, because I just started doing it, right? I take 3 pounds of chicken breast. I throw it into the Instapot. Sometimes I put, if I have it, I'll have the Rotel, the can of, it's like tomatoes with peppers, and I really like the fire roasted Rotel. So if you go in where the Mexican foods are, they'll have that fire roasted Rotel. So I throw a can of that in the Instapot, and then the McCormick's makes those seasoning packets, and so there's that spicy ranchero mix. So I will put that in there as well, and then you just set it for poultry. That is done in like 12 minutes. All right, so here's the amazing part, right? You're like, what's the big deal about cooking chicken in the Instapot? It's not a big deal. Here's my hack. Now, when that chicken is done, you can let it cool down or whatever, and then you're going to drain out like most of the liquid. You don't have to be super anal about like making it bone dry. You actually probably kind of want a little bit more of that liquid in there. And then you take a hand mixer and you shred the chicken with it. Like, I know it sounds like, oh, you don't want to use the whisk, right? You want to use like something that, I don't know what it's called, the one that has the four sides on it. It shreds like a boss. So for probably the last 3 years, I take 2 forks and I'm sitting there and like pulling, and I'm like, oh my God, right? Because the chicken breast that I get, right? I try to get the bigger ones, right? But it just takes so long. This is bomb. Literally within 1 minute, you have perfectly shredded chicken. And so this is amazing because you can do quesadillas with it. I make chicken enchiladas. So this is like more of like a Mexican base. So enchiladas. Sometimes I will put it into soup. I'll just put like, I have soup. It's like a perfect, this is because I'm lazy sometimes and I don't have any time. I will take soup, I'll put chicken in it and then call it a day, right? But a lot of times I'll take the minute rice cups and I'll do like a Mexican bowl, right? I love a bowl. I love something that's easy. And so cheese, olives. I always have some olives on hand, those little, the sliced black olives. I love scallions. Trader Joe's makes an amazing enchilada sauce. You'd be surprised by how little calories that Trader Joe's enchilada sauce has. I think it's 40 calories for a quarter of a cup. I'm not going to use a quarter of a cup. Like I'll use like half of that, right? So it's only like 20 calories, tons of flavor, and then assemble that and then put cheese on top. Throw it in the microwave for like 30 seconds to melt that. And it's like, it's delicious. So there's all kinds of different hacks that I have. And I have done like all these. If you look through my older TikToks, you'll see like the food stuff, right? So I have, I think I'm going to do like a scale series coming up this week to show like the best way to measure. Because I know people are like, oh, I don't want to measure my food. It's like, but why? Like this is how you know like your serving sizes, right? This is how I know that what a 6-ounce chicken breast looks like. Like I know what 6 ounces of chicken looks like cooked, right? Because I've used this and this is keeps me on my protein goals. So I just whip this out whenever I'm having anything. I usually will have 6 ounces of chicken, but here's the thing. Chicken shrinks when you cook it. So if I need to have, so think of it this way. Most protein for 4 ounces of protein has anywhere from 20 to 25 grams of protein, right? So a protein source, like we'll just say chicken. So chicken is typically 22 grams of protein for every 4 ounces. So for 6 ounces, that should be like right around 37. So I usually shoot for like 6 ounces of chicken. But the thing is if you take a 6-ounce chicken breast raw and then you cook it, like it shrinks. But you're still going to get the credit for all that protein and plus the calories, right? So those calories don't go anywhere. It just condenses. And so now that 6-ounce breast of chicken is actually 4.5 ounces. So I'm going to just make sure that I'm having 4.5 ounces of chicken and that's going to count for 6 ounces. I hope that makes sense. Sometimes if I find myself like short, then I will have 8 ounces of chicken. 8 ounces of chicken is a lot. And so that's when you would probably do the whole quarter cup of the enchilada sauce, right? Because it's just a lot. But I love mixing together like rice. You could even do tortillas or like make tacos. I make enchiladas a lot with that. My daughter loves quesadillas. So I make her quesadillas and then my husband comes home and he's just like he's always looking for something to eat. So it's just, they're ready. So easy way to get in protein. It's pretty economical. Eggs are pretty inexpensive. Chicken's inexpensive. Steak is ridiculous right now. It's expensive. I do love, steak tips and steak for sure. So that's like my treat once a week. Not a treat. I go out once a week and I get a steak and that is a treat. So, I don't know. I got nothing. I think I've been talking forever. So what questions do you have? Looks like I have messages. Anyways, if you have any questions, let's see. Monica, I think I'm following you. Oh, I'm not, but I've seen your name come up so many times. All right, following, and thank you very much. All right, how much protein I'm going to try that. Awesome. What, are you going to try the shred thing? Or are you going to just try like all of that? All right. How much protein should we have in a day? So it depends on how much you weigh. If you go to my online calorie calculator, it's not only going to give you your macros, but it's going to say how much protein you should have. But I'll save you some time, and you should have between zero point 0.7 to 1.0 grams per pound of body weight. My calculator is definitely going to put you at 1 gram per pound of body weight. Huge carbs. Thank you, Lisa. All right, that name sounds so familiar. Lisa McAdams. Lisa, where are you from? It just seems very familiar. All of that, awesome. Yeah, I have been at this game. Like, I am definitely a person who looks for shortcuts. Like, if there's an easier way to do something, I'm definitely going to find out what that is. I'm busy. I try to get in, all the stuff that I need to get done. I try to get in my workouts. I don't try. I do. I get in my workouts. I get in my steps. It takes effort, right? You just got to keep doing it. And so for me, it's a habit. Like, I would never think about not doing my workout to do something else, right? Like, that's just ingrained in me. If I miss my workout, then I get grumpy, and then I haven't satisfied the thing that I want to do for myself, right? So there's coffee, there's working out, and that stuff has to happen first before I can give any of myself to other people. So those are the things that fill my cup, right? I want to make sure that I do get in my workout. And the days that I don't work out, I'll go for a 2-mile walk real quick through the woods. And like, that's like kind of like my soul. It's like my meditation soul walk, and to get outside in nature. I always walk outside. I do not walk on the treadmill, but I don't always go for 2 miles, right? Because it's time consuming. So, but I do make that priority for myself because it makes me a better person. It makes me feel better. And when I don't get it in, like if something else is pulling me, like, and I miss it, then I'm resentful, to tell you the truth. So like any doctor's appointments or anything like that, like it's not happening until 11. I don't start my work day until 11, like 10 or 11. So I get back from the gym, eat, clean up, and then I'm at my desk by like 10 to put out a TikTok, to write a post, right? If you guys follow me on Instagram, you'll see like I do some longer form content, and I can bring out some more information there. I need to get better about doing YouTube videos. I haven't done that in a couple months. I have a ton of YouTube videos, so all that stuff you can find up here. And then I start working with my clients, right? I try not to do calls in that little hour, but sometimes like a client will have to work in with that. So I have, it's a tough situation, and it takes a while. I have somebody that I'm talking to tomorrow who's in this situation, and I've had clients, and I have to say, it takes more time than people are willing to do. Yeah. So I'm talking to Gail Laser. She's asking about clients who have had a gastric sleeve, who lost but need to lose more, and now you're stuck. And it's that metabolism issue. So that just takes a longer time to get your metabolism back up to where it needs to be, and then you have to go back in the reverse, right? And sometimes it's like multiple processes of that, and so it's time consuming, but that doesn't mean that it can't happen. So it's doable. I'm talking to somebody about that tomorrow. So that's all that I have. I make sure that I fill my cup up first before I can give to anybody else. So by the time I sit here at my desk, I am excited to go to work, right? I am ready to go to work. I have, what's it called? Alexa Dot or whatever. And so I just sit here and play music, and like whatever comes up, right? It's like, sometimes it's, heavy metal. Sometimes it's like hair band ballads. Today was very chill. Yeah. So lately it's been Dido. I'm like, hey, play Dido. Hey, play Natalie Merchant. And then there was some Peter Gabriel wasn't hitting me right today. And then I put on some Phil Collins. So that was my vibe today. Other times, like, it'll be a Neil Diamond day. Ah, damn, that's gonna be Neil Diamond tomorrow. Sometimes it could be Pink Floyd, other times I could just be like, top hits or whatever. So but when I sit down, I'm then ready to work, and then I can like give it my all to my clients. And I sit here usually until 6. Today was like a long, long day. All right, trying to up my protein intake harder than I realized. Yeah, I think because it's just easier to get carb sources in, and protein has to be worked at. And I think people, like, when you start tracking macros, then you start realizing like where you're falling short on things. And then you start to realize like, well, maybe you don't realize that, but most women's diets look like this. It's 20% protein, not enough. 50% carbs, too much. And then 30% or so of fat. And that is the exact model that MyFitnessPal uses. And so I don't have a problem with MyFitnessPal. I use MyFitnessPal, but the macros that it recommends, I don't agree with. And MyFitnessPal will put you down to 1,200 calories, so, but you largely have something to do with that. When you say that you want to lose 2 pounds a week, well, that means you have to go into a deficit of 1,000 calories. MyFitnessPal will stop at 1,200. It won't put you lower than 1,200. So, we want stuff fast. I get that. But then the fast weight loss comes back on just as fast. So unfortunately, that sucks. And the fat that you lose is going to be partly muscle as well. And then the weight that you gain back is going to be all fat. So that's just the unfortunate. I didn't realize that was what was happening to my body, and just then like by the time it's like 3 more cycles, and you're like, why is this so damn hard, and why am I fatter than ever? And that's why. So, all right, guys, I am going to have a glass of wine. It's been a day. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you have any questions, then just hit me up. I think we have to be friends if we're going to talk back and forth. It's way easier to have a conversation on Instagram. It's just much easier. Monica, do you want to come on? It's asking if I want to invite you. Well, I'll invite and see what happens. Invite sent. That'd be kind of cool to have a consultation. So yeah, I have 2 consultation calls tomorrow. And in case you're wondering, I do not charge for my consultation calls. So it's just a conversation to see if my program would actually be of help for you, or if you would be a good fit for my program. Because I don't take just anybody. I want to make sure that the people that I have are committed. I have an intake form, and it says, how committed are you on a scale of 1 to 10 to change? And then somebody will put 3. And I'm like, okay, like, why are we having a call? Because you're not ready. So, all right, I'm going to go. And thank you so much for hanging out. And I will see you Sunday.